Well, the numbers are in, and it's clear that Star Wars is becoming a bit of a drain on Disney, to put it mildly. Let's take a look at an article from Cosmic Book News entitled Star Wars and Marvel Comics Sales Drop Confirms Disney. Let's play a game. What do Marvel Comics and Star Wars have in common? I'll let you all figure that one out. The article tells us that sales for Star Wars and Marvel Comics related products are down for Disney's fiscal year ending September 29th, 2018, compared to the previous year and even more compared to 2 years ago. Well, Bob Iger, this can't look good on you. I wonder if this and your ridiculous Captain Marvel comments had anything to do with you deleting your Twitter account recently. Moreover, didn't you get an 80% raise in 2018? This is what happens when you fail at Disney. You get a raise and Kathleen Kennedy gets to keep her job after completely and utterly destroying Star Wars. Now let's take a look at what we learn here. As part of an SEC filing, Disney released its fiscal year 2018 annual financial report, offering numbers and insights for their consumer products and interactive media division, which also includes publishing. One can only imagine that this made some Disney execs a bit nervous. Revenue for the division is down 4% from 2018 to 2017, and down almost 16% from 2018 to 2016. Profits for the 2-year period are also down nearly 17%. Disney's consumer products division is also the only division at Disney to have lost revenue in 2018. Only division to lose money. Well, I wonder why that is. The article continues. Worth a mention is that Disney's 2018 fiscal year saw more Star Wars releases than 2017, but the numbers dropped. Well, Iger and Kennedy, that's somewhat embarrassing, now isn't it? Which we can assume is a huge cause for concern for Disney and is at least part of the reason for the recent changes to the Star Wars film division that sees the movies slowed down. Cause for concern? I'd say this is more than just a cause for concern. The 2018 Disney fiscal year had 3 big releases for Star Wars, while the previous year only had Rogue One, yet the numbers are lower. For reference, the big 3 releases referred to here are the disasters known as Battlefront 2, The Last Jedi, and Solo. 3 releases that did wonderful things towards ending the Star Wars brand worldwide and sending shivers down the spine of long-term Star Wars fans. Apparently, the report tries to blame the discrepancy between 2018 and the 2 previous years on the much higher performing The Force Awakens. Guys, this probably isn't the excuse you should be making, as you are effectively saying that your brand has tanked. As is noted here, everything dropped after the release of The Force Awakens. Rogue One was to be expected, as it was not part of the main Skywalker story. As a side note, most Star Wars fans now consider this to be the best of the 4 Disney Star Wars movies, and for myself, the only one that I have any interest in rewatching. As for The Last Jedi, it did well on opening weekend, and then everyone started talking about the catastrophe they had just watched. That's when you failed, Disney, and do we really need to discuss Solo again? Lucasfilm should be ashamed of this next part. It should be said that Disney's studio entertainment division, movies, numbers are not negatively impacted by Star Wars because of the Marvel movies and in addition to the simple fact that Disney has released more films. Disney, remember back in 2012 when you paid $4 billion to purchase Lucasfilm? Here we are, a little over 6 years later, and the assets that you already had prior to purchase, i.e. Marvel and your own movies, would have to cover for Star Wars' dismal performance. It's like this is Opposite World or something. You should have been able to rely on Star Wars alone. Again, please tell me why Kathleen Kennedy still has her job. It's pretty obvious fans are shunning Star Wars in favor of other popular Disney brands, especially Marvel, which isn't seeing a drop and continues to make movies. While considering Marvel is also probably about to experience a severe drop in the name of wokeness, I'd say that Disney has more than a little bit to be concerned about here. The article then highlights some of Disney's course correction, and when it comes to Star Wars, I don't think this is enough to save the franchise as a whole. It will only reinvigorate certain parts. Star Wars Episode 9 is the only current movie with a release date. Nobody cares about Episode 9 at this point, regardless of how many people from the first 6 movies Lucasfilm throws in. Bob Iger confirmed that Star Wars movies are being slowed down. Well, you didn't really have a choice here now, did you? How much negative profit can Kennedy be allowed to pull in? Then we have the streaming service. I'm cautiously optimistic about The Mandalorian, but the Rogue One prequel, you mean the one that stars that guy from Rogue One that nobody cares about? Both shows will apparently have male leads. But remember, Kennedy is still in charge, and male feminists are still a thing. The Rian Johnson trilogy is not being developed. Of course it isn't. That would be like taking 100 cyanide tablets and then jumping into a volcano. Other spin-offs are also on the back burner. I don't think many people really cared about the Boba Fett movie, but the Obi-Wan movie was one that everyone wanted to see. Here's an idea. Why not give people what they actually want rather than, say, a crappy Cassian Andor series that nobody is going to watch? Then we have that mystery Game of Thrones writers Star Wars movie. Then we have the only thing that I'm actually excited about, which is the return of the Clone Wars. Please, for the love of God, don't turn this into a woke fest. I'm still shaking my head at how badly you managed to screw this up, Disney. And that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Twitter. And as always, everyone, thank you for watching, and have a great day.